Welcome to the Averett Sports Network. My name is Luis Martinez, and to my right is my broadcasting partner, Carlos Soli. And today we have the matchup between your very own Averett men's soccer team and the visiting Bridgewater Eagles. To list off the roster for the visiting Eagles is number 1, Charles Schweinfuss. Number 2, Justin Scott. Number 3, Gavin Cast. Number 10, Riley Queen. Number 11, Ali Malik. Number 12, Anthony Medrano. Number 19, Declan Gallagher. Number 20, Alex Rodales. Number 27, Zach Jarvis. Number 33, Connor Campbell. And number 34, Ashby Barbie. For your home Cougars, number 0, Tyler Yates, goalkeeper in net for the Cougars. Number 6, Leandre Tysandier. Number 7, Max Goodry. Number 10, Diego Buffoni. Number 18, John Thomas Buckley. Number 19, Will Davis. Number 23, Daniel Sierra. Number 25, Moises Garcia. Number 29, Anton Lindberg. Number 30, Jaime Vasquez Senjuro. And number 31, Oliver Kusholt. Very exciting matchup here today in Campbell Stadium at Daly Field. And Carlos, go ahead and give me some of your game notes for today, something we should expect out of the Cougars and the Eagles.
First off, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to see this game. And something to expect is, honestly, to expect the unexpected. These are two teams that have a long history and tradition of playing against each other. But there are also teams that always have an intense game against one another. And when they play against mutual opponents, it's often similar kind of results. For example, Bridgewater lost 2-0 versus Ferrum, whilst Averett this past Wednesday also lost 3-2 versus Ferrum. And despite that loss, Averett played really well in the second half. In the 48th minute, they found themselves 2-0 behind, but then they switched to a 3-4-3 formation, and that really helped enhance the wing play, which is proven by the two goals. The first goal being a great run on the right-hand side from the right wing-back, John Thomas Buckley, who assisted Leandre Tissandier, and then the second goal was a beautiful volley by the left wing-back, Oliver Kosolt, with a great pass from the right center-back of the three, Jaime Vasquez. So, yeah, it's not anything specific you can expect, only expect the unexpected, honestly.
Okay. And as we bring out the lineup and get ready for the national anthem, we will be back in just a short moment. We are just about to get this match underway here at Daly Field at Frank R. Campbell Stadium, as both teams are getting mentally and physically prepared to go full 90 minutes against each other. Two competitive teams that have seen each other multiple times in ODAC play and out of conference when Averett used to be in the USA South. So, Carlos, what is something that we need to see out of the Cougars to make sure they come out with a win today?
What we need to see is just intensity and drive and meaning and purpose in the first 10-15 minutes. It's something that Averett have struggled with this season, those opening minutes, as they are a team that are wanting to dominate ball, dominate the play, and have most of the possession, which is great, but the danger once you lose the ball has been exposed this season. So they have been very good at coming back into games when they're 1-0, 2-0 behind, and then getting a result. They've done that multiple times this season, including this past Wednesday away to Ferrum in their first ODAC game. But you can't let that happen constantly throughout the season. It's a bad habit to have. So if Averett are able to start this game on a positive note, I can see them ending the game on a positive note as well.
All right, and we're just about to get underway as the Cougars will get first possession in the half. Going to kick it off as we await the final little pep talk between teammates. John Thomas Buckley, number 18, going to step up and get us going here for this matchup. As we await the first whistle to get us all started. A little eager from both, a little bit of urgency from both teams trying to get immediately underway, as Buckley will hold off as the clock has started. Going to have to reset that one. And Buckley gets it started off over to Yates, goalkeeper, being pressured quickly by Campbell. 10 sent over to the Bridgewater defense, brought down by Gufuni, over to Garcia. Garcia gets it taken away there by number 20, Rodales. Over to Kosolt. Lost in the midfield by the Cougars, over to Rodales. Back to the Cougars, now to Garcia on the close side wing. Garcia finding Gufuni. Gufuni back to Vasquez Sanjuro. Over to Yates. Fifth-year goalkeeper Yates. Been absolutely remarkable over the last couple years. Very good, strong leader, very experienced goalkeeper. Very calm with the ball at his feet. Gets over to Lindbergh. Now Goodry sending a long ball here. Looking wide. As the ball go out of bounds, it'll be a corner kick for the Cougars early on. A lot of positives here so far, as the Cougars' first possession turns out to be a corner kick. A very high-scoring spot that we've seen the Cougars score from. Ball will go up in the air, and yes! That is a beauty. As I just mentioned, a very high scoring percentage spot right there. And that is Vasquez Sanjuro opening up with less than 3 minutes on the board. Wow, the Cougars have come to play.
This is exactly what we talked about before the game. We need the Averett Cougars to start off on a positive note, and there's no better way to start the game than a bullet header.
That was amazing from the Cougars there, from Vasquez Sanjuro, the center back. The center backs, Vasquez Sanjuro, coming into the box and putting the Cougars up early in the first half. As Bridgewater will now have to try to deal with the momentum shift immediately in the first half.
This is very different to what the Averett Cougars have been accustomed to this season. Now they're the ones in control early in this game. I'm excited to see how they're going to adapt to that. They're used to a tight game throughout the match. So now being in the driving seat early, it has its pros and its cons. It's definitely a benefit when you want to do counterattack, so you can get the opponent towards you, and then you can counterattack with the space in behind. But then at the same time, you're going to have the opponent wanting to respond straight away. So it's very difficult as well, and it's a lot more difficult than one would think to be in the driving seat so early in the game. But if Averett keep doing what they've been doing so far, it's going to go fine. Bridgewater are struggling to get into the Averett half.
Yeah, that is Schweinfuss there, passing it over to center back number 27, Jarvis. Trying to find Gallagher as Bridgewater tries to maintain possession in the back, sending it far and away to Campbell. Fought with Garcia. Sanjuro now recovers in his own half over to Lindbergh. Back to Vasco Sanjuro. To Garcia on the wing. Garcia scanning, plays it quickly, looking for Davis. Davis trying to look for a cheeky little pass, couldn't quite connect it. Goes back the other way to Schweinfuss now in possession of Bridgewater. Now to number 2, Justin Scott on the far side, taking space, getting away from his defender. Fighting for the ball is Goodry, getting possession again. Cheeky little pass there by number 6 to Sandier. This ball will go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Cougars.
I think what I love the most about this early goal is that Averett have now overcome this mental block, not only being in the driving seat early in the game, like we mentioned earlier, but also, especially against Bridgewater, Averett have struggled. They lost the last 5 games in a row versus Bridgewater, and not scoring in the last 4. So getting this lead and scoring early in this game is going to make the players feel a lot more comfortable and a lot more at ease.
Yeah, that's right, Carlos. A big momentum shift here for the Cougars as they seem to have a lot of energy and pressing really high with a lot of intensity as they take the first lead. Now the ball will come back to Sanjuro. Over to Yates. Yates taking his time, looking for Lindbergh. Back to Yates. Yates to Gufuni. Gufuni sends it back quickly. Yates now getting a bit of pressure here by number 10, Riley Queen. Sends it up wide, looking for Buckley, and Buckley can't quite get a hold of it. Gets it taken away by Scott, but Scott's clear will go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Cougars in front of their old sideline. Sent up into the air for Goodry. Goodry trying to bring it down. Gets it taken away by number 12, Medrano. Stays in possession with Bridgewater. As Scott sends it back to Schweinfuss. Gufuni heads it away. Ball in the air, 50-50. Davis getting it back to Garcia. Garcia with a bit of pressure there by Queen. Queen pushes. Bit of a shove there on Garcia. It'll be a foul for the Cougars. Sierra, Garcia. Garcia sending it back to Sanjuro. This back line has been very good this season, controlling the ball, maintaining it, not making very many mistakes in the back. Sierra now. Garcia. Garcia taking space in the midfield. Now gets crashed in. Looking for Tisande. Flicked over. Gufuni there is number 20, Rodales. As he tries to maintain possession, gets it taken away. Now Sierra in the midfield. Sends it all the way back to Yates. The Cougars doing a very good job of maintaining possession so far.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Luis. They have been very good at maintaining possession. At the early stages of this game, I noticed that Diego Gifuni has been adopting a different kind of role than usual. So earlier this season, he's actually been in the position he's in right now, in between the center backs, to spread out the center backs and then push the wing backs higher up. But the first minutes of the game, he didn't do so, but now he has. So I think this is a way for Averett to switch up how they want to play out from the back, and it makes the Bridgewater press easier to get past when you have that superior numerical advantage at the back.
Yeah, absolutely. Spreading those two center backs wide allows for more passing lanes, more options when it comes to playing the ball in the back.
Exactly, and that's important to get past this Bridgewater press, as they have some dangerous attackers, especially number 10 Riley Queen, who is a sophomore this year, but his freshman year was very successful with 5 goals and 17 starts, earning him a spot in the All ODAC third team, and he started this season on a positive note as well, registering 2 goals and 2 assists.
And on the far side, it's going to be a free kick here for Bridgewater, as we await the whistle from the official. Getting ready to take it is number 3, Gavin Cass. Sends it up. Gets deflected quickly. Cass coming back to recover it. Gets it away from Goodry. Kicked upfield. Koso now trying to maintain possession. There will be an offsides call on Bridgewater. The official wants it replaced, and it will be played again. Now over to Kosolt. Lindbergh quickly passing it back to Yates. A lot of pressure there by Queen. Sanjuro sends it upfield, looking for Davis. Davis trying to get around number 27, Jarvis. Sierra fighting for the ball. Now Garcia. Sending it across to Lindbergh. Koso wide open on the wing. Trying to get around Malik, number 11. Ball getting deflected. Queen picks it up. Sends it right over to his defender. Malik now with the ball on the wing. Trying to look for Medrano, but Yates recovers. Now Garcia trying to take a touch. It'll be a bit uncertain. It'll go out of bounds in possession of Bridgewater now. It'll be a throw-in. Connor Campbell will throw it in, looking for Cast. Back to Campbell. Now it'll be Rodales against Garcia. Rodales looking for an opening. Finds Jarvis. Davis intercepts. Plays quickly to Goodry. Goodry playing Buckley. Buckley with a lot of speed, trying to get past Scott. Buckley gets around Scott. That is an amazing tackle there by number 19, Declan Gallagher.
That was great play by both teams. It was really well done by Max Goodry to be able to see that space quickly and pass. It was honestly a very good pass to John Thomas Buckley and a great touch to get past, but that was a great tackle by the Bridgewater defender.
Yeah, that was number 19, Declan Gallagher, getting back there, chasing after Goodry. And this would be Oliver Kusolt, number 31 in gold. Take this corner. See if they can go 2 for 2 for corners. That would be quite a way to get into this first half. As Kusoltz will go up, and Schweinfuss will recover it quickly. And he will boot it away. Looking for Queen upfield. Garcia against Queen. And Garcia will get shoved to the ground. Bit of frustration out of Riley Queen, number 10 in black. I wasn't sure what the foul call was on, but we can see it from up here. A bit of a shove from Queen to Garcia. Now Lindbergh will take this free kick, singing it across to Garcia on the close side wing. Garcia trying to get around Campbell. Garcia gets a bit of a tug and will draw the foul. Sierra back to Garcia, getting pressured quickly there by Queen to Vasco Sanjuro, over to Gufuni. Sending it wide to Goodry. Goodry getting around his defender. Goodry with some space. Goodry with a bunch of options, looking for Kusol. Kusol sends it back, looking for his teammate Tissandier. Ball will go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. A lot of options here as Buckley couldn't quite hold on to that one. And the ball will fall to Vasco Sanjuro. Now to Yates. Sending it upfield. Scott heads it away. Falls to Goodry. Goodry sends it right back up into the air. Gufuni. As the ball gets ping-ponged around, comes to Rodales. Rodales tripping on his own foot. Now Goodry recovers to Sandier, sending it over to Kuso. Kuso couldn't quite reach that ball and will go out of bounds. Now ball to Malik. Medrano trying to bring it down, gets it to Queen. DeCiandier recovers. Queen draws a foul at about the 49. Scott, number 2 in black, will go ahead and take this one. Plays it quickly. Looking for a winger. Sends it into the box. Nobody home. Garcia heads it away. Quickly, Campbell will throw it in. Taken away by Garcia. Now Davis back to Garcia. Garcia getting away from Cast. Beautiful footwork there by Garcia. Now Goodry looking for Kusol. Kusol taking space against Medrano. To Siandier. Back to Kusol. Now Kusol, beautiful ball into Buckley, and Buckley seemed to have thought he'd been fouled in the box, looking for a foul, possibly a penalty, as the official lets him play on. As it seemed like it was a foul inside the box, possibly a penalty from here, Carlos. Seemed very close.
It did seem very close. I mean, from here, it wouldn't necessarily look wrong to give the penalty, but the referee just thinks it was too cheap and that John Thomas Buckley fell a little too easy over, it seems like.
As the ball gets kicked out of the box, and Lindbergh now will cover. Malik pressuring quickly. Now Yates kicks it away, finds Garcia on the wing. Garcia with a bit of a wild touch, gets it taken away by Rodales, and Rodales against Garcia, playing with Queen, as Garcia has had enough and kicks it out of bounds. Campbell throws it in quickly to Queen. Garcia absolutely locked down on Queen as he gets headed away by Cass, number 3. That'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Garcia's throw-in upfield. It'll be another throw-in for the Cougars. Goodry to Garcia. Gets it away to Cass. Now Cass looking for Queen. Can't connect. It'll go to Gufuni now. Goodry. Lindbergh. Scanning. Has time. Has room. Gets it back to Yates. Intercepted there by Barbie. Gets it taken away. Intercepted there by Gufuni. And now going back the other way is Garcia with a lot of time. Now Campbell coming to pressure. Over to Gufuni. Back to Garcia. Now Vasco Sanjuro over to Yates. Malik intercepts in heavy pressure to Riley. Riley Queen with a interesting chance there as Ali Malik intercepted that pass there by Yates.
This is what we talked about earlier about the numerical superiority and why you would want that when playing out of the back, especially against Bridgewater, who are aiming to press them high and wanting to create these mistakes. This is exactly what Bridgewater wants, which is why we've seen Averett trying to put themselves in positions where they have more numbers than Bridgewater.
And the ball will roll up off the kick of Cast from the corner. And Tissandier will try to recover. Goodry with heavy pressure. Tries to keep it in bounds. And will. And Campbell will now collide with Goodry. And it'll be a foul. It'll be a free kick here for Bridgewater. As we've seen sort of that kind of energy and high-intensity play from the Cougars kind of slow down, and it's turned into more of just possession, not a lot of converting on passes, not a lot of being very aggressive when it comes to passing the ball. We've seen a lot of a lot of turnovers, balls going back to the defenders, not a lot of possession here from the Cougars as the ball will go up and out of bounds.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Luis, about how the game has evolved. Averett definitely tried to maintain possession, and they've done some more than Bridgewater. And it's just like you said, most of the attempts, the last few minutes haven't been as successful, which is not ideal, of course, but which is also fine. As soccer games, they go in intervals. You can't keep up the same intensity from minute 1 to minute 90. It's very difficult. So having these intervals with more or less intensity and more or less aggressive and direct approaches is fine, as long as you maintain some sort of level and some sort of rhythm. But that's where the game management from the coach is very vital, understanding when maybe there's a need for formation change, when to do substitutions, and so on.
Yeah, but as the ball goes back into possession of the Cougars, Garcia gets a throw in there by Davis. Now Sanjuro. Over to Garcia. Garcia with a lot of time, a lot of room, not a lot of pressure coming his way. Finds Goodry. Goodry looking for Buckley. Gets tangled up, but somehow connects with Garcia. Goodry back to Garcia. Looking for Sierra. Sierra looking for a through ball into Buckley. Bit of miscommunication there between teammates. As Campbell, number 33 in black, throws it in, looking for Riley Queen. It'll fall past Queen over to Sanjuro. Now Yates. With a lot of time. No pressure at all. Scans and finds an opening there for Davis. Davis gets a beautiful ball there by Yates, and he tries to keep it in bounds, fighting against Campbell. Sierra comes in, helping him out. Beautiful work there by Sierra. Sierra gets taken down. Seems to have hurt him quite a bit on that collision. A little slow to get up, but Will on his own power and his own will. As it'll be a free kick here. Just outside of the box. Closer to the sideline. Kuso will line up the lefty. Great position here for the Cougars. Sending it up. Hit away there. And now goes to Garcia. Goodry looking for Sierra, and Sierra couldn't quite control that one. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Schweinfuss, number 1 for Bridgewater, going to take it out. Over to Scott. Booting it upfield. Sanjuro brings it down. Gives it away. Now Queen, number 10. Over to Campbell. Campbell sending it wide, looking for Malik. Malik gets a touch on it. Not enough to bring it to the back of the net. Medrano to Sandier. Gets over to Buckley. Now Buckley 2-on-2 with Desandier. Desandier having a lot of pressure, trying to flick it back. Gets it taken away there by Jarvis. Now Medrano going back the other way.
It was beautiful end-to-end football we just saw from the Averett Cougars. This very dangerous attack that Bridgewater had going on, the clearance, and then being able to just nick on that 50-50 challenge, and then being aware and having the attitude and the willingness to transition into attacking formation and going on an attacking run. It was great to see, and the link-up was great. It's just that little final part execution was just a little off, but next time he's clear through.
Yeah, and we have a bit of an injury on that far side. We will be back in just a short moment. And we are back underway. That was number 6, Tisandier on the ground. Got up on his own power. Glad to see he's okay. But we'll take a seat on the bench now as Bridgewater maintains possession in the backfield. Over to Gallagher now. Jarvis, number 27. Has a lot of space. No pressure coming his way. Has a lot of time. Looks for Gallagher again in the midfield. Now Cast finding Malik. Gets swarmed there by the Cougars. Now Cast comes again, trying to look for Riley Queen. It'll fall back to Yates, and Yates will take his time, pick it up, and now walk it out. And he will send that one right upfield. Gallagher heads it right back. Now Rodales. Malik fighting against Kusol. And a substitution. Not really a substitution, as the Cougars were playing one man down, as number 33, Daniel Starr, entering the game. And the ball will fall to Medrano. Now back to Schweinfuss. Back over to Medrano. Medrano looking for an option. And we try to send it up to Queen. Rodales gets the ball off of the deflection. Now Queen trying to look for an opening. Finds Campbell. And Campbell gets stopped just in time there by Lindbergh. It'll find its way back to Medrano. Scott, now Medrano in the midfield. The ball will be kicked up in the air. Cast heading it up. Lindbergh booting it away.
This is very similar to the point that I made about the intervals and how games usually evolve. Averett were the ones with the driving initiative at the start, and now with 20 minutes left, it seems like Bridgewater are coming more and more into this game, and Averett have seemed to slow down their passing play and slow down their press as well, which is to be able to go back into a higher gear later into the game.
And we have a new face on the field for Bridgewater, number 24, Trey Woodrick. As Star with a great setup there. Just went right over the ball, didn't get it right where he wanted it. Woodrick trying to keep it up in the air, misses it, and will go out of bounds. Cougars will have a throw in. And now Star playing with Sierra. Campbell heads it away. Goodry looking back for Davis. And Davis will somehow find the ball back, but it will be kicked away there by Cass. Now Queen gets around Goodry. Tries to get a ball over to Widrick. Yates will recover that one. Sanjuro. Garcia gets past Campbell easily. Now Sierra. Garcia switching the plane. Looking for Lindbergh. Now Kusolt taking space. A lot of space in front of Kusolt. Now back to Gufuni. Garcia to Sierra. Sending it up. Looking for a player. And the offsides flag is waved. A lot of chances here come for the Cougars. Not a lot of mistakes, but they have seemed to slow down on a couple of these possessions, as the ball from Schweinfuss intended for Campbell will go out of bounds. Garcia will throw it in for the Cougars. Star leaves it for Sierra. Sierra using his body to protect the ball, shield it away from Cast. Now Kusolt. Driven ball, looking for Star. Leaves it for Garcia. Garcia takes space against Campbell. In the box, heavy pressure. Kicked out of bounds by Jarvis.
These are the kind of situations that Averett had a lot of success with against Ferrum. When they were 2-0 behind, they found themselves in this exact position and were able to get one goal back through Leandro Tissandier. But it was John Thomas Buckley who was in the same position as Moises Garcia there. So this is something that Averett are trying to implement more of, as they know they have the quality out wide to get into dangerous positions.
Leaves it for Kusolt, and Kusolt will send it up. It'll be headed away, brought down by Buckley. Buckley with a bit of a chance and skies it above the net. What a goal that would have been if he would have connected with that ball properly. And Schweinfuss trying to play it quickly there to Queen. And the ball will go out of bounds. As Garcia will throw it in. Looks for an option. Someone to check in. Medrano takes it away. Rodales now getting away from Sierra. Trying to play it quickly. Gafoni deflects it back to Rodales. And Widrick will kick it out of bounds. Now Garcia quickly to Star. Garcia gets around Campbell. Back to Gafuni. Gafuni switching the plane. Sending Kuso a little wide. Couldn't quite reach that, and it'll go out of bounds. Throw in there by Bridgewater for Medrano. Widrick, that'll be number 34, Barbie, on the far side. Couldn't quite control it. Throw in here to Star. Gets it right back to Kusolt. Sending it to Garcia. Getting away from Campbell. Garcia taking space in the midfield. Looking for Star. As Garcia tries to recover that ball, Widrick just gets a touch on it. Looking for Queen. And Lindbergh not going to take any chances. Tries to kick it out of bounds. Widrick recovers just barely on the sideline. As Garcia gets a foot in, kicks it out, and it'll be a throw-in. Now ball thrown in quickly. Now Barbie against Kusolt. 50-50 ball here being kicked about. And the ball will go out of bounds. And it'll be a corner kick. No, a throw-in. Thrown in quickly to Woodrick. Sent back to Barbie. And it will be called offsides. As Yates, number 0, will come out to take this free kick.
Yeah, that call was on Woodrick, but he has been a dangerous man this season. He's a sophomore who started 16 games last season, getting 3 goals and 2 assists, and he started this season in even better form with 4 goals and 2 assists.
As the ball will go up into the air, a 3v2 here against the Cougars. And there will be a foul called on the Cougars as player collided with the ground. A little slow to get up. And we will take a short moment and be back in just a short second. And we are back after that short injury timeout. That was Declan Gallagher struggling to get back up on his feet, being taken off. He will be okay in just a short moment, being checked out by our athletic trainers. And number 13, Tony Chavez, enters the game. And Will Davis taking the seat for the Cougars, bringing in Daniel Lilly, number 12. Schweinfuss plays it over to Barbie. Barbie now playing on the left side opposed to the original right, making sort of a shift in the back line for Bridgewater. Beautiful play here by the Cougars as Buckley gets a ball there, taken away by Chavez, who just entered the game. And Kusolt sending it across to Starr. Back to Garcia. Sierra over to Garcia. Lilly. Sierra with time. Looking for Starr. Starr reaches it just in time. Will send it into the box. It will be deflected around, and Sierra will try to bring it down with his chest. Will be pressured quickly as both Campbell and Sierra will hit the deck. It'll be a foul on the Cougars. Be a free kick for Bridgewater. Now Schweinfuss gets the ball quickly there by Barbie. Cass checks in. Number 3. Sending it wide, looking for Campbell. Now Queen in the midfield. Campbell. Barbie looking for Queen. Garcia intercepts, takes space. Finds Buckley. Buckley taking more of a midfield approach now. Kuso, beautiful footwork there to get around the defenders, using them like cones. And now Buckley, ball intended there for Goodry. Will be kicked out of bounds. Medrano taking space with Rodales. Lindbergh intercepts, takes it away, finds Garcia. Sending it over to Kuso. Heavy pressure there by Chavez. Finds Rodales. Trying to send it up. Looking for Woodrick. And a substitution here as Joshua Garcia enters the game, giving Sierra a bit of a break here. And it'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Throwing quickly, looking for Goodry. Medrano, heavy pressure on the back of Goodry as Buckley tries to kick it up and will be awarded another throw-in. Buffoni back to Kuso. Sent up, looking for Starr. Now Lilly. Now Garcia, newly entered into the match. Lilly couldn't quite get that ball from Moises Garcia as the ball will be trickled around. It'll fall to Kuso, who gets around Rodales, running circles right around him. Back over to Buckley, and Buckley will be taken down by Medrano. Now Lindbergh playing it quickly, looking wide to Starr. And Campbell will take a touch around Starr, but gives it away to Garcia. Moises Garcia trying to get around Riley Queen. Back to Sebastian Sanjuro. Sanjuro looking for Buckley, and Buckley with a lot of time couldn't quite bring it down. And Scott, number 2. Buckley will keep it inbounds, getting around Scott as the ball will maintain at the feet of the Cougars. And Garcia finds the player he needs in Goodry. Goodry playing well with Buckley. Now Buffoni, Garcia. Garcia taking space. Garcia taking a shot. Schweinfuss there for one of the first couple challenges here for Schweinfuss. 9:30 left on the first half.
The last couple of possessions from Averett have been really positive. The pass from Jaime Vasquez over to John Thomas Buckley is very similar to how Oliver Kosolt got his equalizer in the last game. So it's positive to see how Averett are trying again to get a tighter grip of this game.
And that shot there by Queen, one of the real only tests against Yates. Now Lindbergh taking space.
The space that Lindbergh took is a very good thing to do when you have that space in front of you as a center back. It's very important to drive because then you will get pressed onto you, and it means there will be space somewhere else. And even though the execution was a little off, you could see the attempt was there. John Thomas Buckley, who's been moved over to the left wing, went out wide, and then Oliver Kosolt went on the inside. And that's kind of different to his dynamic with Tissandier when he's on the left wing. Tissandier is a very rapid left winger who likes to hug the touchline and get the defender towards him to then accelerate past him, which means that Oliver Kosolt then kind of takes a different kind of space. He doesn't necessarily hug the touchline as much, as that means there would be more space in the middle, whilst John Thomas Buckley so far as this left winger has been enjoying those spaces on the inside, just like you mentioned earlier, Luis, about the midfield approach, which means that there's been different spaces for Kosolt to attack, which means that he's been given a different role, as you mentioned as well, Luis, about how he was starting to dribble more and how he's, like you mentioned, running around them like cones, which he did for a little moment there, as that was the space he was provided.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of good footwork here by the Cougars, a lot of 1-2 passes Very smart, very clean passes between players. As now the ball will be in possession of Bridgewater. And ball intended for number 22, Les Savage. Newly entered into the game. Bit of a collision there by Buckley and Cast. It'll be a foul on Bridgewater. Buckley a little slow to get up. Cast as well. Both players finding enough power to get up on their own. And Garcia will take this free kick here. Playing it over to Gufuni. Gufuni switching the plane. That is Savage. Now Gufuni controls it. Gets it back to Vasco Sanjuro. Lindbergh. Buckley. Getting past Rodales. Sending it upfield. And Schweinfuss is there at the edge of the box. Also entering the game for the Cougars is number 22, Elias Lehman. Senior forward from Germany. And a throw in here awarded to Bridgewater. Lindbergh kicking it up. Back in possession of Bridgewater. Rodales now holding on to it. Trying to look for Savage. Vasco Sanjuro quickly over to Garcia. Getting tracked down there by Woodrick. Finds Joshua Garcia. Moises Garcia getting it from Gufuni. Sending it over to Lindbergh. Ball intended for Lehman. Be taken away by Scott. Now Starr passing it over to Garcia. Garcia looking for Lehman. Lehman with a bit of time and room. It seemed like there might have been a bit of contact there in the box. And the ball will go up and in possession of the Cougars. It will be a goal kick for Yates. Yates not having a lot of chances to really show what he can do today. Not a lot of pressure on him, as his defense has done a very good job of stopping any type of through ball or any breakaways in the back line. And Sanjuro will send this one up for Starr. And Starr will scan the field, be very cautious against Jarvis. Now Joshua Garcia. Gufuni back to Moises Garcia. Now Lehman on the wing. We'll send it up. A little short for Lilly. Chavez not enough control on it to kick it away. Now Moises Garcia will try to bring it down against Cast. And will be awarded the throw-in. Now Buckley trying to make something happen here as Tony Chavez kicks it up for Savage. Vasco Sanjuro, Garcia, over to Joshua Garcia. Now Lehman controls it, brings it down, trying to get around Cast. A foul is called. Now the ball will fall to Tony Chavez. Now to Scott with a lot of space. Scans, kicks it upfield. Cousault. Now Lilly. Garcia over to Moises Garcia. Fancy footwork there by number 25 in gold. Get it over to Gufuni in the midfield. Number 10. Now Lindbergh, Cousault. Trying to take space. The Star. Star with a lot of pressure there. Buckley. Lindbergh sending it across, looking for Garcia. Moises Garcia going to track this one down before it goes out of bounds against Cast. Now Lehman. And Cast will hit it out of bounds off the foot of Garcia. It'll be a throw in for the Cougars on this close side wing. 2:20 left in this first half as the Cougars lead 1-0 after an early goal in the first couple minutes of this half by Vasco Sanjuro.
Yeah, and we had our thoughts about how Averett might struggle to maintain this lead throughout this half just because they scored so early, and you would believe that Bridgewater would have kind of wanted a response quicker and more intense fashion, but Averett have been able to shut that down, which I've been really impressed by how they've been able to maintain possession. Even though they struggle at times to maintain and got those short passes going, they've managed to refine their rhythm, and now Averett are in control of this game, but every half lives its own life, so we'll see if they're able to ride out this half and how Bridgewater will respond to them in the second.
And Cusol getting a lot of pressure there by Savage. And Lindbergh getting over to Vasco Sanjuro. Sanjuro will have a lot of time. Send it across field. And a bit of a collision there as Buckley tried to go up for that ball, and Savage hits the deck. A foul will be called at about the 30-yard line, more like the 32, and Scott will kick it out to kind of finish out this half. About 50 seconds left, and it will be booted up. Lehman will bring it down. It will be back in the foot of Barbie. Now Cast gets tangled up in his own feet. Joshua Garcia going back the other way. Now Lehman with pressure from Campbell, and Campbell will come back and draw the foul. Schweinfuss eager to get this started up, trying to make something happen before halftime. Now Lehman, Rodales, as the countdown will begin. And this will bring us into the second half as the Cougars lead 1-0 as we go into the break, and we'll be back in just a couple moments.
Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon, with affordable tuition and 24/7 support. It all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
Sova Health has the heart care you need to stay healthy. As a Duke Health affiliate in heart care, they are backed by the latest Duke guidelines and research, providing our community with enhanced quality health care. Whether it's cardiac screening or emergency heart care at their accredited chest pain center, they provide quality treatment close to home. Sova Health, heart care to live your healthiest life. Visit online at sovahealth.com/heart.
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in? Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon, with affordable tuition and 24/7 support. It all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in? Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in? Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in? Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
Welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. My name is Luis Martinez, and to my right is Carlos Soli. And today we have the matchup between your very own Averett University men's soccer team and the visiting Bridgewater College Eagles, as the Cougars take a early 1-0 lead in the first half. Carlos, walk us through what happened in that first half to kind of bring us to where we are now.
Yeah, so the first half it started very intense, especially from the Cougars. They got an early goal. Those first 5 minutes, honestly, just because of the yellow jerseys, I don't know if I was watching the Averett Cougars or the 2002 Brazil team. It was a really great watch. I mean, it was a Roberto Carlos-esque pass into the head of Jaime Vasquez. So I think the way Averett started and ended the first half was very positive. That middle part had its moments, and I think Averett are in control as of right now. Every half lives its own life, so this can be totally different. I think we should expect a Bridgewater team which is hungry and are going to come in with intensity and high press, at least to start the second half, as that's what usually happens with a team behind going into the second half. But other than that, I think it's the same theme that we mentioned before the game, expect the unexpected.
Yes, and as we kind of looked as we got our rosters for the second half, it's been quite a bit of a wholesale change for this Bridgewater lineup, as it's a bunch of brand new faces going into the second half, as that is Dan Lilly on the far side getting it back to Sierra, and Sierra getting pressured quickly, and that'll be a foul there.
Yeah, this is exactly what I would expect from Bridgewater, that they do want to press the Averett team a lot higher. Averett were able to do at times what they wanted to do. Bridgewater, in the middle of first half, were able to get more into the game, maintain more possession, and press them more highly, but then that kind of fell off again. So Bridgewater need to be more intense and have more purpose in their play.
Yeah, and then that's Garcia right there getting the ball over to Lilly, trying to get it back to Garcia, and that is Rodriguez, Isai Rodriguez, number 7 in black for Bridgewater, entering the game, getting it right back from Riley Queen, and Rodriguez taking a lot of space here, gets it taken away by Hugo Morales. Garcia sending it back quickly over to Vasco Sanjuro. Now Lindbergh, Gofuni, over to Sierra, and Sierra having a lot of space in front of him, getting tracked down by Aiden Paul, number 14, getting over to Lilly. Now Campbell against Lilly. Very physical matchup there. Now Garcia getting pressured now by Queen. Now Vasco Sanjuro, a little bit of pressure from behind. Sierra getting around Campbell. Paul. Now Lilly, Garcia, over to Kusol. Now John Thomas Buckley on the wing against Tony Chavez. And Chavez will win that matchup as he gets the ball out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick in favor of the Cougars, and Kusol will come out to retrieve this ball and get us all underway here, as this is something similar that we saw in the first half. This corner kick from that left side is how the Cougars scored very early on in the first half off the header of Vasco Sanjuro. As this time it does not repeat, and it will be headed out of bounds by Widrick. Kept in bounds as Gofuni tries to chase after that ball against number 16, Colin Tibbs. And Garcia recovers that ball, gets it back to Lindbergh. Now Kusol. Buckley trying to set a ball in for Morales. And Morales getting bodied out of the way. And it will go out of bounds as Schweinfuss will set it up for a goal kick. Now Scott getting over to Chavez. Chavez trying to get it through the legs of Buckley, and Buckley will kick out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Thrown up into the air there by Chavez, recovered by Rodriguez. Morales trying to control it. Now Kusol. Lindbergh getting it back to Yates. Tyler Yates, the fifth-year senior, giving over to Vasco Sanjuro. Now Lindbergh Switching the plane, looking for Garcia. A little bit short, falls into the feet of Queen. Now that'll be number 8, Leo Vasquez, getting the ball back for Bridgewater in the midfield, number 8. Now Chavez scanning, trying to get a ball into Woodrick, number 24. Ball will go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Yates. Now Yates playing very calmly. Direct Sanjuro. Sanjuro finding Lily. Lily coming back to retrieve that ball. Looking for an opening. Trying to get the ball into Sierra. Bit of a tight squeeze and it'll go out of bounds. Now Queen switching the plane, looking for Chavez on this close side wing. Now Chavez sending it across field. Looking for Vasquez. Recovered there by Isai Rodriguez. Now Chavez looking for Scott. Scott trying to find an opening there for Woodrick. Ball will go up. Coulson. Tibbs getting in between Morales and Buckley. Ball come to Scott. Now to Tibbs. This ball will be bounced around. Now Scott trying to look for Queen. Queen with a lot of speed. Couldn't quite get there in time. And Yates will take another goal kick. It's very interesting to see, Carlos, how Bridgewater completely subbed out most of their lineup, either to keep fresh legs or to kind of play a different style of football. And it seems to have been working as Garcia now gets around Queen, now to Lindbergh.
Yeah, it seems to. I mean, at least we see their intention. They are wanting to have a more intense play. And I think it's almost a statement to their players as well. As if you're not playing good enough, no matter how good you might be within the squad and how well you practice, if you're not playing well enough this game, you will be subbed out. And then this means that the other players will get their chances to prove themselves. So it's a whole mentality thing, not necessarily always tactical or physical, but it's a mentality and attitude thing as well to sub out this many players.
And that is a foul there by number 18, John Thomas Buckley there on Rodriguez. And it was a free kick. Now Aiden Paul, number 16, trying to get the ball around Coulson. Throw in there by Chavez for Vasquez. Very dangerous area here for contact as Woodrick will try to send it into the box, and it'll be a foul on Bridgewater. Now Yates will take this free kick in his own box. And the ball will go to Coulson. And Coulson, bit of a collision there. Star, fancy footwork to get around two players. Now Morales trying to look for an opening. Coulson still a little bit shaken up from that collision there by Paul. And Yates will send this one upfield, looking for Star. And it will hit the chest of Star, brought down there by Morales over to Sierra. Now Lily. Through ball, trying to look for Morales. Substitution here. As it looks like number 16, Aiden Paul will take a seat. Bringing on number 31 for Bridgewater, Eric Lobo, a freshman from Warrenton, Virginia. Throw and taken quickly. Woodrick couldn't quite reach it. Now Lobo trying to get the ball over to Queen. Queen with high pressure takes a shot on Yates. Yates saves. Comes to Lobo. Lobo couldn't quite control it. It'll go out of bounds. Queen trying to plead his case for a foul inside the box. Possibly a penalty. Not understanding what kind of call that was as the Cougars maintain possession. And it will be a goal kick for Tyler Yates.
It was very good and direct play by Bridgewater. It's kind of different to what we saw in this first half. So this is probably the reason why there was so many substitutions, just to switch up the play or type of football, like you mentioned earlier, Luis, because different players mean that you can play in a different system, and that means that Averett wouldn't be prepared for what would happen. So it's a great tactical switch from Bridgewater.
And Queen, number 10 for Bridgewater, equals it up from outside the box, hitting that bottom left side off of a mistake in the midfield as Queen ties it all up. We're 1-1 in Daly Field.
It was a beautiful goal by Queen. He must get that credit he deserves, but it's a great team effort in the sense of the high press and winning the ball back quickly right after the goal kick. So it's exactly like we mentioned in this game right after Averett did get the early lead, that Bridgewater needed to implement this higher press to get a quicker response, to add intensity and purpose to this game, and it's exactly what they've done now. So with almost a full half left of soccer to play, this game is back to square one, and both teams now will be going at it.
Yeah, the stakes have just risen up a bit more as both teams will try to now fight one another for a number on the win column. And Morales will try to send this across. Campbell will not get a hold of it. Sierra will leave it off to Lily, and Lily will send it across the box, but no one is close. And this will be Schweinfuss to take the goal kick.
In the first half, we talked about the momentum and how that early goal meant that Averett had this momentum, but now it might go into the favor of Bridgewater. Now that they have this goal, they'll feel a lot more happy about themselves, a lot more confident, but also a lot more at ease. They won't have this bad feeling of being behind for such a long time. They know that now they're back to square one, and they're the team that just scored the most recent goal, so they know they can get another one.
And Eric Lobo pressure quickly on Kusot. And that is Gufoni finding Lily. Back to Garcia. Starr playing it quickly back to Gufoni. Now Kusot. Starr pressure quickly, trying to get it off, but it's taken away there by Vasquez, number 8. It'll be a throw-in. Lindbergh. And it'll be a violation. And now be another throw-in. But this time in favor for Bridgewater as Chavez will try to throw it in quickly. No. Scans, looks for an option. Widrick. Couldn't quite head it back. Intended for Queen. Now Garcia plays it across to Sanjuro, or Sierra, sorry. Kusot. To Buckley, back to Kusot. And Gufoni loses the ball in midfield, and Starr tries to recover. It'll be a foul on Starr, and it'll be free kick here at about the 44-yard line for Bridgewater. Played quickly into Lobo, and Lobo will take the shot from way far out, and Yates will cover that one very calmly.
In this second half, with Averett going into the half with a lead, it's the same points that we mentioned earlier about how this might be a very difficult situation for Averett to be in, as this season they really haven't been the ones to have the driver's seat for so long in the game. So you can notice how it was wearing on Averett to be in the driver's seat for so long. And now that they're not in the driver's seat, this game has totally changed, which might mean that there will be more space to play out from the back, with Bridgewater possibly just being happy to get a draw away from home, meaning that they will retract their press a little more.
The ball in midfield with Gufuni getting it taken away there by Vasquez. Now Campbell taking space. That is Sanjuro diving out, trying to get it away from Widrick. Ball got out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Bridgewater on the far sideline. Ball thrown into Queen. It's trickled around. Now Buckley sending it upfield. Ball sent upfield there by number 27, Jarvis. Now Vasquez. Buckley getting a bit of room. We'll try to send it upfield. And he will be taken out. And that'll be a yellow card there by a yellow card for number 8, Leo Vasquez. Be a free kick at about the midfield line. As this game has gotten very intense and very, very aggressive, as both teams are trying to come out on top. As Lindbergh sends the ball across, looking for Garcia. Garcia trying to get around Queen. Finds Gufuni. Gufuni sending it over to Sierra on the far sideline. Now Lilly. Sierra. Over to Gufuni. Gufuni has a bit of space, finds Kusol. Trying to get around Chavez. Kusol sending it into the box for Starr, and Starr couldn't quite get his head behind that one. And the ball will roll out of bounds. Be a throw-in for Bridgewater. A very good opportunity there for Starr inside the box to try to go above Bridgewater. Just couldn't quite make a connection with the ball. And now it'll be a free kick instead of a goal kick. And Kuso will take this free kick on the far sideline, sending it up into the box. And Schweinfuss will kick this ball out immediately, looking for Lobo against Gufuni. Gufuni sending it back to Yates, and Yates trying to hold on to it. Chips it up to Gufuni. Gufuni brings it down with his chest. Sanjuro checking both sides. Finds a man open to Morales. Now Gufuni finds Lindbergh. Very good play here by the Cougars, holding on. Now Garcia into Kusol. Kusol with a lot of room, looking for Buckley. Buckley against Chavez. Chavez with a late tackle, and this will be good scoring opportunity here for the Cougars right outside of the 18-yard box.
It's Oliver Kosol who's stepping over the free kick, and it seems from his point of view, his individual role has changed in the second half. You see him a lot more in the middle third. He would occupy the left-hand flank a lot in the first half compared to what he usually does. So now they've decided to put him more in that inverted role, which he's been doing very well all of the season, and it seems to be paying off. He's able to conduct play a little more from what he was doing out wide.
And Kuzot now chips it up It'll be batted around, kicked about. It'll be offsides. A great opportunity there by the Cougars, and the Eagles hold on just in time as they were able to get an offsides call as Buckley and Lilly were both in front of the ball, in front of the net, having a great opportunity there to get one over the Eagles. As Paul checks in, sends Jarvis a little wide. As Bridgewater is very happy they got that call just in time. And now Campbell getting over to Lobo. Widrick. Great defense there by Moises Garcia. Sanjuro boots it out of bounds. 26-20 left in this second half. And a couple substitutions here as Riley Queen, number 10, will take a seat. The goal scorer of the equalizer, bringing us to 1-1 in the second half. As a couple substitutions here. Will Davis back in the game, as well as Elias Lehman. And Max Goodry. Number 11, Ali Malik, entering the game for Bridgewater. And Tony Chavez now getting around Davis, maintaining the ball at his feet. Will decide to take a shot, and Yates will cover that one up quickly. Sends it quickly over to Kusol. Pressured by two players. Kusol trying to get around. Tackle there by number 7. That is Isai Rodriguez. Now Goodry gets the ball from Sanjuro. Over to Lindbergh. Davis. Kusol. Beautiful ball there by Max Goodry to Moises Garcia. And Garcia with a lot of time will maintain the ball and stay in bounds thanks to Malik as the ball now go out of bounds.
That was a beautiful pass and even more so a beautiful run. This formation change, it seems like Averett have been doing, is the exact same one they did when they were 2-0 behind to Ferrum this past Wednesday. And this formation change allows the left and right wing backs, in this case Oliver Kosolt and Moises Garcia, to occupy higher positions because they are covered by the 3 center backs, which also means the 2 wingers in the attacking line can cut inside, which means that they will have either numerical superiority in the middle and play them out that way, or there will be space out wide to attack.
And Moises Garcia now to Lehman. Lehman fighting for the ball. Gets it back to Garcia just in time. And now Kusol. Ball up in the air for Will Davis. Davis holding on. Now Lindbergh. Yates. There's Mario Gomez entering the game. Lehman with a bit of some space. Trying to get it back to Garcia. Kicked out of bounds there by Campbell. Garcia going to throw this ball in, getting us back underway. Sierra, not enough power behind that pass, gets over to Woodrick. And Woodrick, 3-on-3 there by Malik. Lobo Lobo gets that one, number 31 in black. A fast break there quickly after a mistaken pass. Widrick to Lobo to Malik. And Lobo finishes it as Bridgewater now 2-1 after taking an early 1-0 deficit. Getting 2 in the second half. As the Cougars will now have to do a lot more than just hold on to a tie. They will have to try to come back. Now Widrick. Widrick with a chance off the bar.
This is the exact kind of reaction we expected from Bridgewater in the first half, but they've now provided in the second half, and now with a little more than 20 minutes left, they're 2-1 ahead. And with this formation change, despite it having its offensive benefits, it seemed to provide Bridgewater with spaces in the back to attack, which Bridgewater made the most out of, and they managed to expose Averett on the counterattack.
Now the ball being pinged around. Campbell, Widrick, over to Malik. And Malik sending it across there to Chavez. Chavez, a lot of space in front of him. Goodry tracking him down, trying to slow him up. Gets the ball off to Leo Vasquez. Now Rodriguez. Now Lindbergh intercepts that. Davis holding on to the ball. Gets it back to Yates. Yates, heavy pressure there by Widrick. Now Gomez. Now Lehman trying to split two defenders. Will maintain possession. And Garcia will try to move on. Couchot play with Goodry, sending Lindbergh up high on the wing. Goodry holds on to possession. Great tackle there by Vasquez. As Rodriguez trying to send the ball up again to Lobo. Yates boots it away. It'll trickle down to Chavez. Widrick against Couchot. Shot off of the deflection. Didn't go anywhere. Sierra. Davis. Ball intended for Garcia. Now Garcia is taken down there by Malik, number 11. And Malik will earn himself a yellow card. As it appears we have a bit of an injury here. We will be back in just a short moment. And we are back after that short injury timeout. That was Eric Lobo, number 31, having a bit of a cramp, going to be checked out by the athletic trainers. It will bring on Les Savage, number 22. Lobo bringing Bridgewater ahead of the Cougars 2-1 in the second half. And Sierra will get a start here to Vasquez Sanjuro. Sending it upfield, looking for Goodry, taken away. Aiden Paul now trying to hold on to that ball. Campbell. Cheeky play there by Malik. And Vasquez, the substitutions here now. And Cass and Medrano entering the game. Aiden Paul and Leo Vasquez taking a seat. Medrano and Cast. Now Vasquez Sanjuro. Taking his time, looking for an opening. Lehman leaves it off for Sierra. Now Kusol getting tracked down by Les Savage. Now Goodry. Back to Lindbergh. Switches the plane. Sending Vasquez Sanjuro a bit back, but will take space and send it up. And it'll be an offsides call here on the Cougars. As we're about to get back underway after the official stopped the match momentarily. Schweinfuss sending it upfield for Woodrick. Mario Gutierrez sending it up. Lehman trying to hold on, gets it successfully over to Will Davis. And Davis couldn't quite connect with Buckley. Now Garcia. Goodry trying to send it upfield. Comes Kusol. Goodry, Garcia. Back to Goodry. Goodry taking some time. Davis. Goodry. Sending it over to Lehman. Beautiful ball there by Goodry. Lehman against Campbell. Gets around Campbell. Tries to keep the ball in bounds. It'll go out. It will be a goal kick for Bridgewater.
Despite the final part not going exactly as they intended to, this play on this left-hand side, this triangle that they created, and then being able to switch the play was very nice to see, and it's exactly what they need with this left wing back and this left center midfielder, and then the right wing back coming inside, exactly like they did when it was 4 at the back. It's very nice to see, and what it does, it means that Bridgewater have to come over to compensate for the lack of numbers and add more pressure, which means there will be space somewhere else, and it's exactly what Averett tried to exploit on the other side.
And that is Rodriguez sending the ball upfield. Now Buckley brings it down for Goodry. Back to Buckley. Buckley getting collided. Good tackle there by Rodriguez. And now he will draw the foul against Buckley. Taken quickly by Vasquez Sanjuro. Kosolt gets around 2 defenders. Kosolt sending it up. Malik heads it away. Lehman recovers, trying to bring it in. And it'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Now Chavez on this close side wing, sending it up to Malik. Now Rodriguez, cast, trying to put it into the box. Yates recovers. Now Yates plays it quickly over to Lehman, leaves it off for Garcia. Garcia playing one into Buckley. Buckley looking for Lehman, and Campbell recovers quickly. Campbell kicking it upfield. Medrano recovers. Now Goodry couldn't quite control that ball to try to take it away from the Eagles. Now Chavez to Cast. Kuso getting a foot on that one. $14 minutes left in this matchup here. Scott to Medrano. It's Campbell. Looking for Malik. Now Widrick. Leaves it for Malik. Savage. Widrick takes a shot. Yates recovers that one quickly. Thrown in to Kuso. Turned back. Now Goodry. Play to Davis. Back to Kuso. Across to Gutierrez. Vasco Sanjuro now playing more of a right back position. Good read, trying to flick it up to Lehman. As Rodriguez takes it away, it'll be sent upfield. Now Gutierrez to Garcia. Now Buckley to Kuso. Kuso with a chance here. And that intended cross will go up and away. It'll be a goal kick for Bridgewater. A couple more substitutions here. As Gifuni and Joshua Garcia entering the game. Sierra going to take a seat as well as Goodry, number 7.
There's still a little over 11 minutes left. There's still a lot of soccer to be played, so Averett needs to remain patient. But however, they should now start planning ahead when they're still behind with everything between 5 minutes and 1 second to go. How are they going to attack, and what risks are you going to take? How much space are you going to leave in behind? Are you going, for example, to send one of the center backs up to play long and then they win that second ball? Or what else do you do? I mean, in this situation, you just throw the kitchen sink at it usually. And when you have someone who scored, for example, Jaime Vasquez, who is confident in front of goal, maybe you send him up to try to win some duels. Or you send someone like Anton Lindberg, who has a very impressive frame. Maybe you send him up. So Averett now need to make a plan, because despite there being time, it's not a lot of it left now.
And we just saw there a great scoring opportunity there for the Cougars. It was called just off sides as Lehman found himself behind that back line with an opportunity. And it seems like Garcia will need to take a seat. And Daniel Starr will enter the game for Will Davis. Garcia will take a seat. And Lilly will enter the game, number 12.
Moises Garcia had a really great game when it comes to starting out wide and then coming onto the inside, and he was also able, like we talked about earlier, to create this triangle with Max Goodry and Oliver Kosolt earlier in the second half, and especially in the first half when he was playing as an ordinary right fullback. He did a very good job of attracting press onto him and then creating that space inwards and attacking that. So he has to go off now, but he did a great job in doing exactly that and helping the team get from back to front. And now with this change, putting Dan Starr in as the center forward, it's a name to have a more physical presence up front. We saw him earlier in this half when he got that long ball. He was able to chest it down to a teammate. So I think this means that Averett are going to attempt on a more direct approach than they have so far this game.
As we await the official to allow us to begin play. And Schweinfuss will kick it away. Lilly. Garcia fighting for it in the midfield. Medrano trying to pressure. Buckley back to Garcia. Garcia, heavy pressure there by Chavez against Malik. Now Rodriguez back to Chavez. Medrano. Now to Rodriguez. Malik couldn't quite hold on to it. Beautiful footwork there by Lindbergh to Gutierrez. Gutierrez kicks it away. Now Chavez trying to keep the ball away from Buckley. And Buckley will throw it in quickly to Kusolt. Over to Buckley. Buckley to Starr against Scott. Now Starr couldn't quite get past Medrano and will maintain high intensity pressure. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick now for Bridgewater. Schweinfuss sending it upfield. Sanjuro heading it down to Garcia. Lindbergh looking for an open man. Lilly coming to retrieve it. Sanjuro gets taken away by Riley Queen. Newly entered into the game. Haven't seen him much in this second half. Now Scott getting away from Gaffuni. Gaffuni coming back to recover that ball. Get over to Daniel Lilly. Lindbergh to Buckley. Buckley with a bit of time. Trying to get that ball into Dan Lilly. Kusolt now. Gutierrez bringing that ball down to Gaffuni. Now Lehman. Getting it back to Vasquez Sanjuro. Sanjuro switching the plane over to Lindbergh. Looking for Starr. As the ball trickles up and down between teams. Now Widrick for Queen. Malik on the wing. Gutierrez quick to stop that fast break by the Eagles. 8 minutes left in this matchup. Chavez throws it in for the Eagles. Widrick. Ball intended for Queen. Lehman boots it away. Queen stays with the ball. Outside the box, takes a low-driven shot. Couldn't quite get his whole foot behind that one. Yates rolls it out quickly to Lilly. A lot of contact there as the ball will go out of bounds. And it will be a throw-in. It'll be a free kick, sorry. At about the 45-yard line. Sent up into the air. Yates going to come down with it. Rolled quickly to Gaffuni. Given away to Queen. Not exactly the first player you want to see the ball given to. As Rodriguez. Now Queen with a bit of a break. Yates. Great save there by Yates. Let's try to hold on, give the Cougars a bit of a chance to try to equalize. And Gafuni gives it away to number 7, Rodriguez. Now Malik with a wild shot. Substitution here for Bridgewater as Cast will take a seat, take a breather. And that will bring on number 18, Noah Deno. Queen against Lilly. Back to Deno. Across field to Chavez. Chavez to Scott. Medrano. Chavez, Medrano sending it upfield, having no one within 10 yards of that ball. Now Gafuni. Kushol. Garcia back to Kushol. As the ball is given away to Queen. And now Medrano. Now Deno. Chavez. Malik against Kusol. Fighting for it, shielding the ball. Gets awarded the goal kick, and Yates will play it quickly. Gutierrez now. Lehman.
Bridgewater have done a really good job of keeping Averett at bay and having to defend most of this time whilst they've been behind. But in those transitions where the ball goes out of play and it's in favor of Averett, the Cougars need to have a lot more of an attacking attitude, but also a lot more urgency in their game. This is those exact moments where Bridgewater are not organized and they're in transition, and it's exactly at that point where you have to send players up and start quickly to expose the spaces that are left behind.
And now that's Widrick with a bit of space right outside the box. Takes a shot deflected off of Lindbergh. Go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. It'll be a corner kick, sorry. Corner kick here for Bridgewater. Chavez sending it up into the box. Bridgewater not trying to take any chances with a fast break from the Cougars as they only send in 3 into the box as Medrano will dribble out of bounds. Off of the foot of Lehman. Campbell will throw it in. Ball into Widrick. And Widrick going to try to waste as much time as he can in that back corner. As now the ball will be in possession of the Cougars. Now Joshua Garcia. Now Lily getting it back to Josh Garcia. Lily looking for Gafuni. Now Kusol. Back to Gafuni. Gafuni sending it across. Beautiful ball there to Lehman. Lehman looking for Joshua Garcia. Lehman leaving that ball for Queen. And Queen trying to hold on. As the ball will be in favor of waiting for the official. Ball will be a throw-in for the Cougars. Pastor Sanjuro to Gutierrez. Lindbergh sending the ball all the way up. Kicked away there by number 2, Scott. Rodriguez brings it down. Malik played for Widrick. Widrick sending it up for Malik. Yates coming out to recover. Now Kusol, not a lot of time. 1:40 left. Sending it up and away. Campbell will head it back. Now Lehman up into the air. And it will go way out of bounds. 1:30 left on this clock. As Bridgewater will try to hold off and waste as much time as possible. And Schweinfuss will kick it away. Widrick. Rodriguez. Gutierrez holding on to it. Yates gets the ball over to Lily. Campbell kicks it up. Thrown in quickly there by Vasquez Sanjuro to Gutierrez. Just a minute left. Lindbergh, as the Cougars try to desperately equalize. Kuschultz sends it up into the box.
No!
Over the bar. A great scoring opportunity there by the Cougars.
No, but this is that direct approach we talked about earlier with the wing backs staying high and wide, exactly like Oliver Kosol did. And then the substitution of Dan Starr, that's exactly what he's there for. He's a big physical presence, and despite the execution being a little off, we must praise the great pass from from Anton first to Oliver, Anton Lindbergh to Oliver Kosol, and then Kosol to Dan Starr. And the movement from Dan Starr was great, and if they just do that one more time in this little time that's left, I think they can get an equalizer here.
Only 20 seconds left as Yates sends his ball way downfield. Missed there by Campbell. And Jarvis, number 27, kicks it out of bounds. Lilly played it into Lehman as time begins to run out. One last play. And the final whistle is blown, and the Cougars fall 2-1 to the visiting Bridgewater Eagles. A goal coming from Riley Queen and another from Eric Lobo. First goal of the match by Vasquez Sanjuro, the center back for the Cougars. Thank you for joining us. My name is Luis Martinez, and to my right is Carlos Soli. And we will see you next time on the Averett Sports Network.